Good evening, everybody. Neil Lever here. Before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to a new friend. That is the shout out. As you guys can see, we're doing virtual reality here. This video was shot at this location. As you guys can see, this is the Joma Cafe, and it's a fantastic video. At the same time, I want to thank everybody for watching my latest video. So the last few videos has gone extremely well. This one has almost 4,000 views. The interview with Niels. Niels is gone. He will not be coming back anytime soon. He's a global citizen. He's somewhere far, far away already. So that was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And this video has done very well too. And I'm getting a lot of pushbacks for this video. That's the reason I want to make a video today to address those pushbacks. And I'm sure you want to know why I made such a radical suggestion. Once you understand the engineering behind it, then I think you might have a different opinion. Hello everybody, Neil Lever. So this video is an explanation video for my financial engineering suggestion to the management team of NIO. It does not mean that they will take it on. In fact, I actually expect tons of pushbacks from the management, which is normal and healthy. But what I try to do is initiate a first round of thinking process about this possibility so that the management might one day consider this strategy to boost the share price, to boost the asset value, and to boost everybody's true return. And today I'm going to explain the infinite money glitch to everybody in detail, and how one of the most successful company in the EV space has already tried to utilize the same infinite money glitch, but they didn't know how to do it properly, so they failed at it. And despite they failed at it, they still made money in the process. That's the reason I call it the infinite money glitch. The only question is how good you are at utilizing it. If you're not good at it, like what this company has done, no, it's not MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy actually did very well. There's another famous company that did a similar strategy but failed miserably because the leader is a moron. You probably know who I'm talking about now, but let's just get to it. Now, let me show you how you can find the same information. All right? So all you have to do is go to DeepSeek and ask the simple question. I asked this question. You can do the same thing. Maybe give it, what did Tesla do with Bitcoin? And then DeepSeek is going to seek through everything. And then it's going to tell you Tesla actually invested $1.5 billion in 2021, February 2021, in Bitcoin. But Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoin for payment. And by the way, I just throw in the story. The reason this stop accepting is not because of Bitcoin mining. It's because I was the opinion leader in Bitcoin Cash back then. I offered Elon Musk a deal to buy 111 Teslas, and he declined the deal. And then after that, he also stopped taking payment for Bitcoin. I was the reason. I know it's unbelievable. You go Google it. Just Google 111 Tesla. You're going to see my face. 111 Tesla. Just Google it. I'm not going to show you the link because I want you to have this fun. So then in Q1 2021, they sold 4,000 Bitcoins. They made a little bit of profit, and then they sold a lot more Bitcoin because there was a downturn. And they made a loss in the second sale. But they kept the remaining Bitcoin, and that remaining Bitcoin now is worth roughly 1.3 billion according to here. So right now they only have 11,000 Bitcoins. They had a lot more initially. So it says here, broader impact. Here's the list of everything what they did. Tesla did this. And they boost the Bitcoin price, then drop the Bitcoin price. Then they sold some part, they sold another part, and realized the loss doing market low. We want to learn from this lesson. Don't do that. Hodl. Elon Musk didn't get a memo of hodling in Bitcoin, so they could have made a lot more money. Instead, they got a loss. But now it's worth 1.3 billion still. So they still have a profit. So this infinite profit machine, this infinite cash, the money glitch, was utilized by Tesla successfully, despite the fact that Elon Musk, the chief moral officer of Tesla, I really have no high opinion of him, honestly. And there's nothing you can say to change my mind. He's a bad person, from my perspective. Yeah. But I'm not here to discuss him as a character. Instead, I'm just saying, if he's really that smart, he would have hodled his Bitcoin. He would have made a lot more money. The Tesla would have a couple more $1 billion more, easily. So the way how this works is actually, if the $1.3 billion in cash is kept in US dollar, the biggest risk to this cash for NIO Inc. is that it depreciates through the money printing press worldwide. The more money gets printed worldwide, the more and faster the paper currency depreciates. And because of that, if this money is needed urgently, immediately, then yeah, you don't have to do anything, just spend the money right away. However, if the spending is meant for the mid-term to long-term, over a period of 24 months, for example, it is simply prudent to put this money in the asset that doesn't depreciate like US dollar, instead appreciate like Bitcoin. And when you need to invest in Bitcoin, you always have to study all the alternatives to Bitcoin. And the number one alternative to Bitcoin is actually Bitcoin Cash, not Ethereum. Because Bitcoin Cash use the same mining equipment, which means all the miners can switch over to mining Bitcoin Cash in a very short period of time. And if the investors in Bitcoin switch over to Bitcoin Cash as well, the entire ecosystem can migrate over without any trouble. It's basically similar to MasterCard, Visa card, similar to that kind of situation. They do the same thing, but Bitcoin Cash is doing everything at a much faster speed, lower cost, and significantly better user experience. I will talk about it in another day. If someone needs a demonstration of the power of the Bitcoin Cash network, I'm happy to make demonstration videos. But that's not the topic of this today, because if NIO management decides to invest part of the money into cryptocurrency like Bitcoin Cash, they are definitely going to do their own due diligence and they should come to the same conclusion. I don't need to help them to do that. But the reason why they need to do it is because when you have an appreciating asset on your book and you use this asset as collateral to borrow money, which is the strategy that MicroStrategy used, then you have two ways to pay back the loan. One way is using the cash flow of the business to pay back the loan and at the same time cash in the capital gains. The second way, the most common way, is just by selling off a small part of the original investment and pay off the loan with the appreciated hard asset. But either way is fine. The ideal way should be ever increasing holding in significant strategic cryptocurrencies as a reserve asset for the company, similar to Federal Reserve holding thousands of tons of gold, similar to that. So in a highly inflationary environment as we are right now, this is the best possible, the most prudent asset allocation strategy to ensure that the company does not need to raise additional cash. This is my main concern. As a shareholder, I think this should be the last time NIO has raised cash from investors. Ideally, this is the very last time. I really don't want to see any more dilution, particularly if there is the existing solution available through financial engineering. They can have all the cash available to them without endangering the operations. And of course, people say, what happens if the asset value goes down? Here's the good news. There are different ways to hedge this risk. I'm not going to go into detail, but trust me, whoever can have $1.3 billion worth of liquid asset on your book, you also have a way to hedge your risk. So there's a ways you can hedge your risk too. Basically, it will cost a little bit of money, not a lot of money, like an insurance policy. But once you pay for the insurance policy, then a catastrophic drop of the asset value should not happen anymore. And even if it does happen, your insurance will pay out. That's what I can tell you in the simplest possible layman term. And the suggestion I've made to the management is not an operational suggestion. It doesn't mean anything. I know nothing about operating a car company, so I'm not qualified to give anybody any suggestions. But I'm very qualified to give suggestions regarding financial engineering. And most important part is I myself have been using this infinite money glitch since 5 years. So I have, outside of NIO shares, the only asset I own are not US dollar, not euro, not Aussie dollar, not KIP, not Singapore dollar. Instead, I have converted everything into cryptocurrency. And of all the cryptocurrency, I understand Bitcoin Cash the best and the most because I've been on this journey for almost 10 years now, from the beginning to now. So I understand completely, utterly why Bitcoin Cash is the superior investment choice compared to Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I just love Bitcoin Cash more than Bitcoin. If I have a choice, I will always choose Bitcoin Cash over Bitcoin. However, if I don't have a choice for any other reason, Bitcoin is fine, totally fine. If for any reason I really cannot buy Bitcoin Cash, then I would accept Bitcoin gladly as my reserve currency too. But because legally, everywhere I go, Bitcoin Cash is equally accepted, therefore I take the value play here. So this is the reason why I personally find that this infinite free money glitch is so obvious that everybody should benefit from it. And one fun part, let you know, so far the entire YouTube journey that you have seen me documenting on YouTube since basically April this year to now, everything I paid for, do you know how I paid for it? I didn't pay with money I earned from YouTube because I don't earn anything. YouTube is completely no income. And I also didn't earn any money from NIO because I bought NIO shares but I didn't sell a single share. Therefore, I only have paper gain of more than 100%. Here's the thing. My other significant asset, Bitcoin Cash, has generated 60% return so far this year. And over the last few years has generated 700% return. I am using the profit from Bitcoin Cash to finance the entire operation of this YouTube channel. That's my secret. This is my infinite money glitch. And the more I spend, the more money I have. When I started the journey, if you don't believe me, go check it out. Go check the price of Bitcoin Cash in April this year compared to now. Go do your own research. You'll see how much more it appreciated. Yes, I spent Bitcoin Cash for my wallet, but even after I spend the money on the cost of living, flights, different things, go out with people, and so on and so forth, today I have more cash equivalent asset than I did when I started this journey. So I'm literally living off the infinite money glitch. This is the reason I can highly recommend the infinite money glitch to everybody. And anybody who wants to study this topic a bit more, just have to go to YouTube, search for a channel. I search for you. I'll show you how you can find me, my old channel. It's an interesting channel. You go into search for First Mill. That's my channel. That is my channel. Now you know. And by the way, my active video is from 3 years ago. I gradually stopped making videos, and the most fun video was this one, actually. This is my most fun video. I was with my very first Thai girlfriend. She was filming me, and I had long hair. Yeah, I have to give her a shout out. Jam, I will never forget you. You know that. But the last 3 years has been an amazing journey for me. Thank you very much for the day when we spent an amazing day at Great Ocean Drive. Helped me making this video. Yeah, this video was made when I was down, I think 90% from all-time high for myself, and yet I was extremely upbeat, and I continued to buy Bitcoin Cash. I bought as low as $76. My lowest price of purchase for Bitcoin Cash is $76. And when I made this video, I made a bet against anybody who's willing to bet against me that the price wouldn't drop below $100. And guess what? The price then stopped at $100 drop, and then it went back up again. So watch this video if you can. I'll fast forward a little bit. It was not easy driving at the same time and making videos and all that stuff. So now you know why I'm so seasoned about me. This is a non-stop video, almost 10 minutes long, including driving and everything. I know the hair looks bad. Sorry. Same dude. Trust me, it's the same guy. Okay. So here I am. Many years later. I think I look better now than I did back then. I was a bit overweight back then. Eat too much food, had too much fun, you know what I mean. And I think my T level was not as high as today. Yeah, and I look at myself, I would say, horrible hairstyle. Don't trust that guy. Do not listen to this dude. Yes, Bitcoin Cash is trading at $100, but don't believe him because the share price, Bitcoin Cash dropped from 1,500, yes, 1,500 down to 100, and I was still bullish. And if there's one thing I can tell everybody is I'm extremely persistent. Back then I was buying, I was not selling at all. Today I'm using part of my Bitcoin Cash holding to finance my cost of living, but I still have a lot more to go. And ideally, on 1st January 2026, when I finally have access to my own Bitcoin Cash, the big chunk of it, then you understand what I mean if you watch my Bitcoin Cash video. It's a long story. Basically, in 1st January 2026, I will have access to an enormous amount of cash, which I can deploy in many possible ways as much as I want. And of course, I want to commit as much as possible to NIO. However, I would love it if the NIO management take this opportunity and get into the crypto space and give the share an opportunity to appreciate significantly more on the upside. Because once you have the crypto bros entering the NIO space, because what I'm actually doing is using this opportunity, inviting all the crypto bros to enter NIO. You don't quite understand. I know a lot of people don't quite understand why I'm trying to convince the NIO manager to do this move. The truth is, if we can get the crypto bros to join the army of NIO 100, then NIO 100s will no longer be 100, it will be NIO 1000 in a flash. You don't know how crazy crypto bros can get, okay? I've been a crypto bro for almost 10 years. I know the scene extremely well. Irrationality is the game of cryptos. And the irrational highs is the feature, not a bug. And if I can bring people from crypto space into NIO space, I think NIO 100 is absolute baseline and will take 6 months to get there. I hope you understand now what I'm doing, and I give you a final shot of my old video. This is near Melbourne, by the way, so yeah, beautiful spot. It was just a random spot, I didn't even plan anything. Alright, go watch this video, then you understand. Oh, that's she is in the background. Yeah, watch this video, and you can also follow the link. You'll find my old Instagram account, and you'll see my lifestyle in Australia back then. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Like and subscribe and share. Thank you very much.